I like never shares my stories on here, but y'all want to hear about this time that I had a threesome and left with almost 2K in my pocket? I used to be a regular dancer at the Abbey, and if you know the Abbey in West Hollywood, you know. So I used to be a go-go dancer, and one of my very last days there, because that place is so dark, and if you know, like I said, you know, these two girls decided to walk in, and it was one of the birthdays, and the birthday girl couldn't speak English. The other one could kind of speak English. I believe they were from Colombia. Is it Colombia? Damn, I don't remember. I know a little bit of Spanish, poquito, and I was just like entertaining it, because as soon as they started pulling hundreds out and putting that in my pocket, when you're barely making $5 per night sometimes. Yeah, what's up? Oh my God, happy birthday, feliz cumpleaños. One that could speak English got in my ear, and she was telling me that they live out here. She's got a place not too far. If I drive her, she'll give you 1K right now. Where do you live? Let's go. So she pulls out the stack, hands it to me, gets in the car. I said, bet. I'm a little nervous. I couldn't bring my homie with me, who I was really pushing for, because I was like, we got a two-man. Like, just, they weren't having it. They just wanted me. So I was like, okay. This is risky for me. Mind you, this was like a couple years ago. I'm still kind of new to the game. Walk in, right? And their house, pee pads everywhere. And it smelled like piss. It was disgusting. So I didn't know what to do. Just kept following them to their bedroom, right? I don't even know anything about these girls, but they told me that there wasn't gonna be anything sexual. They told me that. So I was like, I believed them. Next thing you know, there's substances everywhere. And I'm talking about not just like one or two. I'm talking about like 5 different substances are being induced while they're blasting music on the TV. And I'm a little concerned, because I don't really know what's going on. I don't do that. You know, I'll be chilling. This was like 2 a.m., by the way. And they decide to like get up near me. Because like, come on, dance. Like, I was just being so shy and shit. I didn't know what to do. I'm like sitting on the corner of the bed like those new girls at the house. Like, oh my goodness. One thing led to another, and next thing you know, I'm naked. I'm naked. Not them. But I said, what the fuck? I wasn't under any substances either, so like, I'm pretty sober for this. Which is crazy. There's just a lot going on. It's not like serious either. It's very casual. Like, the one girl, like, after a while, she just started answering her phone and texting. Like, she just left to go to the bathroom to leave us to do some shit. And I was like, oh, okay, but it's your birthday. Like, this is, I don't know. I tried to do what I could while being safe. As a lesbian, if you know, you know, like, I'm not doing anything extra. This is, you know, we're just keeping this cute, real safe, real cutesy and demure. But the main girl that could speak English was like saying she's not gay like that. But the way I literally kept being like, are you sure? Are you sure? I was ready to leave after a couple hours. And instead of letting me leave, they said, if you stay for another few hours, we'll give you another 500. And my ass said, okay, let's go. Honestly, it was just, like I said, so casual the whole time. Nothing really happened crazy. Like, I think one of them came. Maybe I did. I don't really. This is a very confusing session, I'm not gonna lie. But eventually, I was able to finagle my way out of there, because I really was like, this is just not serving me, and this is really, really strange how you guys do this. Like, there's just ADD. It's those girls that smoke a lot of vapes too. Like, there's just, yeah, I walked out of there with almost 2K in my pocket, and it was about 5 a.m. I didn't know how to feel after that. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is.
This fool said, I didn't know how to feel after that. Richer bitch. I am a richer bitch than when I walked up in this bitch. I am richer, bruh. Girl, I used to follow her on Instagram. Y'all know I can't even get into my Instagram, but I used to follow her, and I knew she was a dancer. And she low-key made me want to move to Vegas, because I was just like, bitch. Like, the dancers at her club, I was just like, dang. Like, she used to tour too, so that's why I'm just like, yo, I know who you are. But yeah, friend, do something a little strange for a little piece of change, bro. I would have been right there with you. Like, honestly, I would not have invited anybody. Like, I was really reckless back in the day, and I always have condoms. Like, especially if going to the club, bro, and I know I'm about to pull some honeys, I have condoms. What are you talking about? Safe sex all day. I'm like the advocate for that. Like everyone should be having safe sex, honey. So yeah, I would have, you know what they should invent? And this is my mother freaking invention. So if anybody comes out here and try to take it, you know you heard it here first. They should invent, because you know they have that fingernail polish to make sure your drink isn't spiked. They should have fingernail polish for lesbians where you can put your finger up in there and the fingernail polish change if they have something or if they don't. If they don't have nothing, they don't change. But if they have something, they change to whatever color that indicates that they have something, whatever they have, chlamydia or whoever. That's my idea, bro. That's my fucking idea. And you know, if I wasn't like in this little rat race, I would invent that right now. You know, like, that's a really great idea. You heard it here. Don't take my shit, bro. Don't take my shit. Let me go patent that shit. Well, you can't get a patent unless you have a actual sample of whatever you got. But no, can you imagine, bro? Being hoes in these streets, but safe hoes, bro. Girl, yes. You said you won't give me 1.5 to be wherever, take you somewhere? Yes, but the moment I walk in your house and it smell like piss, I can't say that because I've done one time. Girl, like, I can't judge nobody because I've been there. But now, I'm talking about now. If I go over a girl's house and it smells pissy, I'm not going to be there. It's the germs now. It's too much because it's just like, Like, how can you stand this? You can stand this? Like, nah. What else can't you not smell? What else have you gone nose blind to? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, friend, that sound like a wild night. How your clothes get off when you was completely sober. And she's saying, oh yeah, I'm straight. No, they gay for play, boo. They gay for play, honey. No, that sounds like a time. A time was had and you made money from it. Because honestly, if you're not making money, are you doing it right? Are you? If you're not getting something from it, are you doing it right? Like, let's just be honest, honey. Let's be honest. Let's be.
I put my name on Grindr as who's hiring, and I've gotten some of the weirdest requests. One guy wanted me to come over and beat him up. Yes, beat him up. I said, well, how would you like that to happen? He said, I just want you to hit me until I can't take it no more and I fall. I took a second for that one because I was like, something's not right. He was like, I like being kicked. I like being just beat up. And I was like, he was like, are you strong enough? And I was like, yeah. Obviously a lot of bottoming requests, but outside of that, I'm just looking for like housework, yard work, nothing crazy. You guys are wanting me to like sit on you guys, fart in your faces. Like, what? They're like, how much if you pee on me? I'm like, that's free. But like, I actually need like a real job, you know? Like, I just want like a little side $20 an hour, like housework. Like, I'll clean in like a jock. I wasn't expecting all these requests. And I'm honestly like, what are you guys doing? Hello? But yeah, bye babies.
Girl, guys are really weird. And I had a phase in my life where I would do something strange for a piece of change. And guys had the weirdest mother freaking requests. I used to have an ad on Craigslist. Bruh, stay with me. Do not judge me because I'm not judging you. I had a moment. I would just like, bro, we're gonna get this money. So I used to have an ad. Before I had an ad on Craigslist, I discovered that there's some weird guy. I discovered cash cows. Discovered that. And guys love madams. They love being dominated. And that's what I found. I had, one time I had sent a guy to the emergency room because he wanted to put rubber bands on his juggles, on them juggling things, those objects, those round objects that you could juggle, and as many rubber bands as possible. You know, after a while, it cuts off circulation, and after a while, you know what happened. Use your imagination. So yeah, that happened. He was just so like, that turned him on about that. One time I had a Craigslist ad on Craigslist where I was a house cleaner. This guy wanted me to come to his house and just clean up his kitchen or whatever while he just washed me. Had clothes on, fully clothes, normal clothes, jeans and a shirt, normal clothes, normal. And you just like, yeah, I just want you here cleaning. And that happened. Like, a lot of the stuff I did, God protects babies and fools, bruh. I know God God had me. He had his hands on me because the stuff that I used to do, girl. So I'm not even surprised that somebody was like beat me up, because there used to be stuff that guys wanted me to do, torture them, all this other stuff. So yeah, not even like, yeah, friend, be safe out there. Be safe in them streets, honey, because you can definitely make money that way. You can make, like, I just heard of somebody, a billionaire, has like a cleaning service, and it's just like, you know, girls come and clean and, like, you know, their cute little outfits. So yeah, friend, guys like weird stuff and they'll pay you to do it to them. Like, you ain't even got to be exposed or anything. They want you to hurt them and all that, and they'll give you some money for it. Yeah, wow, it's wow.
Okay, boom. I'm really irritated because I already did this video, but it deleted when I tried to post. But yeah, so I met him at AIT. That's a military school for your job or whatever. And AIT is like college. If you know, you know. So boom, his homie DM'd me on Instagram and was like, what did he say? Oh, he was like, my homie want to talk to you. Can I give him your Instagram? I'm like, okay, that's fine. He texted me on Instagram, gave him my number. We chopping it up. Then it got to a point where we going outside, you know, kicking it. Boom. So red flag number 1 is we were out there playing soccer and a girl walked to him. She going off. I'm talking about getting off in his behind. I'm like, I don't know what that's about, but this ain't my man. Like, it's not that deep. So the second red flag was the day after that, actually, the girl came and she was like, come with me. And I'm like, why is Shorty telling me to come with her? Like, I don't really know her like that. He told me something, just go with her, like, be her battle buddy. Why we end up upstairs in their room? That's a whole nother different story. Mind you, we in AIT, we ain't supposed to be doing none of this. I already got in trouble for it, so I can talk about it now. Anyways. So we up there chilling. I'm like, okay, we up here, we might as well just kick it up here for the plot. So we watching a movie on his iPad, and I hear a little, you know, little stuff going on. I look back. I said, no way. I said, are they really, like, doing the booty while we in here? He told me something, they always do that. Red flag number 2. What the heck are you talking about? They always do that. If they always do that, that means somebody else come up here with her and the other girl be with you. That's what, I don't care. That's exactly what was going on. So boom, that happened. The girl got us in trouble, done snitched on me and all that. That's a whole different story. But yeah, so after that, I got there in May. We done talked from like June to like September. Now my plan was to cut the dude off because I was going to Georgia, he was going to Korea. If you know, you know. Korea, yeah. So then when he found out I was going to Korea with my unit from Georgia, we ended up, like, you know, still kicking it. So at this point, when we both out there, we done got in a relationship. So we together and stuff like that. You know, he's in my room. He's literally living in my room. He done bought a scooter. Well, what are them shits called? A moped to get back and forth to my room, right? So I want to say it was around January. I ended up pregnant. I know. I ended up pregnant, right? But I did end up having a miscarriage. So I was bleeding and stuff. So I'm telling him, mind you, before I found out, I'm like, are you going to come with me to like the hospital? Or are you going to come with me to the OBGYN or whatever? And he like, my unit, they won't let me. I'll try to tell them, but this and that. Red flag number 3. You're not trying hard enough. Because if you wanted to be here, you would be here. You'd be everywhere else but here. So boom. Ended up finding out I was having a miscarriage. He acted like it affected him so bad and began to distance himself. So as he's distancing himself, I'm noticing like little stuff. You know, a woman's intuition is never wrong. Now, whether we want to listen to it or not, that's a whole different story. But so we're sitting here. No, actually, yeah. I was in my room, and mind you, it's Valentine's Day. We did work on Valentine's Day. So After work, I'm like, yeah, is you coming over? I'm gonna cook for you. So he bought me some stuff and he brought it to my room. So I done cooked for the man, all that, right? Gave him his little gifts. Y'all, so normally he stay the night. He didn't stay the night that night. So I'm like, what the hell? What are you doing? Like, what's going on? So now I'm just like, I'm on his ass. I'm grilling him. So I'm like, why all of a sudden you can't stay the night? He talking about, oh, my NCO is tripping, this and that. They always be trying to figure out where I'm at. BS. So he left that night, right? That same night, I forgot what happened. And he ended up not texting me back. Mind you, I got a PS5, he got a PS5, so I'm on the PlayStation app, and I'm like seeing if he online or not. On God, he was online. Oh, you're Netflix and chilling with the next girl. So what I did, I played it cool until the next day. The next day is when I went to his room. I'm sitting on this bed. I'm scoping the scenery out because I'm doing my investigation now. I need to find my evidence so I can, put my case together. So, first things first, when I walked in, he had a hoodie on. I'd never seen that hoodie before. And the hoodie looked old, dingy, and it looked too little. So I'm like, who hoodie is that? And as I'm looking at the hoodie, I see hair. This is girl hair. So I'm like, that is not my hair. I said, he talking about some, oh, this my homeboy hoodie. He probably had his girlfriend hair on it, but he gave it to me. I said, your homeboy gave you a dingy ass, old ass hoodie, and you accepted it. Anyway, so I'm sitting on the bed. I'm on my phone because I'm aggravated. I'm irritated, all that. So I'm sitting on the bed, and something told me, I don't know if God whispered and said, turn your head to the left. But I turned my head to the left. Y'all, it's them, them candies, the little heart candies. But they stickers. The little, them shits was on the wall. And when I look, I see another girl hair on there. So I'm like, what the hell? I said, hey, he had his headset on. So I said, hey, he had like he couldn't hear me. I smacked the headset off his head. And I said, what is this? This man had the nerve to tell me we had a Valentine's Day little gathering in here. I said, oh, so you spent Valentine's Day with some other people and not me? Like, stuff like that. So I'm like, okay. I said, and it's hair all over it's hair all over the room. I said, okay. So I'm clocking T, but he thinking I'm knowing what's going on. Like, no. He's thinking I'm like nipping it in the bud. Ain't nothing nipped in the bud around here. So he like, yeah, like, what you want to eat and stuff like that. I said, a taxi. Call me a taxi right now. I'm leaving. So after that, boom. I think I broke up with him for distancing. Golly. I broke up with him for distancing himself from when I had the miscarriage. He was not there. I'm literally sitting here. The miscarriage is going on. He's sitting here on the game. This and that. Not comforting me, nothing. I broke up with him for that. And I broke up with him from all the evidence I gathered that night. So then, you know how it go. Y'all might not be together, but y'all still gonna be, kicking it from time to time. So one night, he left that phone. One of them phones, he left it in my room. So then, he started calling me. I don't know if it was trying to be redemption and stuff like that. So this is probably like April. He's calling me on FaceTime. We chopping it up and stuff. So I'm like, when did you come to get your phone? You need to come get this phone at my room. So y'all, I picked that phone up while we was on FaceTime. I'm like, look, you left your phone. And my face unlocked the phone. Mind you, I forgot that my face was even on the phone because I did that in AIT. Stay tuned for part 2.
Girl, what? Part 2? Girl, It was no part 2. Y'all know how it be. Y'all know how I do. It was so many. She talk about the third straight. I counted like five red flags. I counted. Did you not? The first one was the military. That was the first one, the biggest one. We know not to freak with no one in the military, in the service. No, stop it. Second one was the girl. Okay, now that right there lets you know that he got, like, there's a lot. He got some side pieces. He got girls. You got girls that is fighting with him in public. That's a problem. That right there is a cutoff. I don't understand when people is like, I'ma go. I know that this person is being unfaithful, but I'ma still interact with them or go over to their house afterwards for the plot to get some evidence. No. I'm not that type of chick. I don't even think I was like that when I was younger. If I had any little bit of any feeling that you would cheat on me, if I had any doubt in my mind, if I doubted you were faithful to me, I just cut off interaction, cut off contact, like ghost you in a minute. Why am I wasting my time and energy with you? Why would I give you the time of day? Like, I'm not going to go look for no evidence that you cheating on me. Stop it. Stop. Sorry, not doing that. Sorry, not sorry. If I feel like you're being unfaithful, you're being unfaithful. That's what it is. That's what it is. My gut is always good. So no, I can't say I would do that. But no, yeah, the other strike was the booty. When she said they was doing the booty, I was thinking it was like some, on some gay stuff. But no, it was just his roommate was sleeping with girls. Yes, of course he's doing the same thing, and she brings a friend over. Of course he's going to sleep with the friend. Like, I'm confused. That was 3 flags right there. And then the miscarriage. That right there is, wow, how do we make it to the miscarriage? Not judging you, friend. I understand you were young. You're in the military. I'm just, wondering. How did we even make it there, girl? No, you already know this guy ain't no good. He popping up on you. You ain't popping up on him. He coming to you. He's seeing how you're living. You're not seeing how he's living. And you're deciding to procreate with someone you don't really know, girl. I understand you young. I understand. And then the other red flag, y'all wasn't together for Valentine's. Y'all spent the day together, but he spent the night somewhere else. Now you know they cheated. You know they cheated when that happened, bro. That's crazy. You ain't got his gut full, and he didn't want to, That's wild to me, friend. It's like, no, you need to cook for dinner and after. You know what I'm saying? On Valentine's Day. So yeah, friend, no, that was wild. The fact that you went back to him afterwards is wild too. But I've been there before. Not with someone who's cheated on me. Like, I'm gonna still sleep with you after you didn't cheat on me. Now that's wild because you didn't cheat on me, and it's just like, that's how things get spreaded. You feel me? So no, friend, I'm not doing that. Part 2, I don't feel like it could get any worse than what it was. You done lost a baby with this dude, and he cheated on you. That's a lot, friend. But yeah, go check her out to see part 2. And like this video, follow all the creators, and subscribe.